Hey everyone, Talon from the Airsoft Headquarters here, and welcome to a quick little video where I'm going to be going over something a little controversial within the Airsoft community. And that's going to be about radios. Now, if any of you haven't heard, last year there was this big Baofeng ban that was spreading little bits of wildfires within the industry. And that is part of our federal government's Federal Communications Commission. And that basically has a control over the different types of radios that we use. They do other stuff as well, but for what we're talking about, we're just going to be talking about the radio side of things. Now, last year, they released a new report and order, and that's Part 95. They released a Part 90 a couple years ago, and there was a little bit of a thing going on with Baofeng as a radio manufacturer. Now this is report 95, and this is going to have a much tighter restriction on the types of radios that most people are going to be able to use. It's not just Airsoft. Radios all over the US are going to have these same types of restrictions. However, talking about just the Airsoft side of things, what does this mean? Now, with Part 95 being implemented September 28th, and that's 2 days from now, from when this is being recorded, there is going to be a whole thing about distributors not being able to sell or advertise certain types of radios. And they do have a small little description of what radios cannot be sold, and one of those radios is going to be the Baofeng style of radios, which is going to be the most heavily recommended radio for Airsoft specific use. All of those types of radios not going to be accessible anymore. However, it is still legal to own and operate these types of radios given that you have the correct license. Now, for Airsoft purposes, radios are going to be a huge part of communicating on the Airsoft battlefield. And so people that do not have those specific license, that's going to be a little bit of an issue. But we still have access to the stock 21 channel type of radios. Now, it's not cool, it's not operator, but this is what is only usable with the new Part 95 that's happening. Now, I know a lot of airsofters are not going to heed the legalities of Part 95, and they're still going to use their Baofeng radios without having the proper licensing. Now, to give you a little bit of warning, with not operating under the correct license, the FCC is going to issue a cease and desist warning. And if people still continue to use those channels, you will get fined a couple $1,000s every day, according to some reports. Now, I'm not sure how heavy those penalties are really going to be for Airsoft purposes, but just a little heads up, that's what could happen. So really, the industry as a whole is going to change. And I'm hoping that more people go towards these 21 channel radios just for legality purposes. Baofeng as a company does have a radio that is a Part 95 compliant radio. However, you still need a GMRS license, and that's running about $70, but it's good for 10 years. And so you can get a license and you can operate the Part 95 radios, making sure you don't go into these certain frequencies. You can still use these types of radios, the Baofeng UE5R, the 8 whatever, the U whatever. They've got a million different types of radios, and that's what was awesome about the Baofengs before this Part 95 came into play, was that you do have such a wide selection of radios that can work on so many different levels, and you have a wide range of use as far as how far you can range your communication out or how clearly you can make your communication out, or even how many channels you can listen in on. But now we're going to see those types of restrictions. And I'm not saying for sure baofengs are not going to be used, or at least these style radios are not going to be used in the future, but for legality purposes, I really want to make you guys as airsofters also aware of what is happening, and hopefully things turn for the better. And if anyone wants to, they can get a copy of the 50-page document from the FCC on part 95 specifically, that goes over all of the restrictions that are happening within 2 days. And Baofeng radios do not fit within those restrictions that are okay to use. And at the Airsoft headquarters here, we will continue to sell accessories for the Baofeng radios, but we cannot sell the Baofeng radios themselves coming up to the 28th. Like I said, I don't know why I looked at my watch. So just so you guys are aware, that's what's happening. We will try as a store to work with the industry, see what's happening, and hopefully we'll all evolve for the better of it. Just want to give you guys some heads up. This is what's happening. I'm not sure what to expect, so we'll all see in the near future. Otherwise, you guys take care and please be safe.